Money is money. Look at Cleobon. He was the strongest hater of Censor's family. He reacted to Censor himself. He spoke lies about Censor. But at the end of the day, he was invited to the villa because of money. Ladies and gentlemen, I've seen a video where Masubo One tries to give Anne money and rejects, but all other family members accepted the gift from Cocomama. Barack accepted his 5,000 Kenyan shillings. Mama Ann accepted 5,000 Kenyan shillings. Baba Ann accepted 5,000 Kenyan shillings. Agi accepted 5,000 shillings. I never knew that Kenyans could refuse money because a lot of people perceive Kenyans to like money, and even others were saying like, if you give a Kenyan money, he can do anything that you want that individual to do. So this raises questions. Does Anne have some secret about Censor? Is she afraid? To me, Anne thinks by rejecting that gift, she will be revalued and reconsidered by Censor. So instead of Anne be mad to the tyrant who arrested her, she's mad to Cocomama. Let me tell her, Censor does not forgive, and the more you act good, the more you will be intimidated. People now even question why didn't Anne arrest Ondari when Ondari confronted Baba Ann. Anne, she's acting so unusual. People now believe that there is a secret that Marwa or Censor does not want to come out. Why is he intimidating them? Let us look at this clip, then we dive deep into today's discussion. Stay tuned.
This from Cocomama. Why? Me, Cocomama, this is the money that you send me to give to Anne. She has rejected the money, and it's okay, you know. Yeah, here is the dad, here is the mom, and also Baraka is here in front of them. So this money I will keep the way I was told.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another reaction video in this amazing YouTube channel that goes by the name Maxwell Lumumba Africa. For those who are coming across this YouTube channel for the first time, I do reaction videos, especially to the videos that have been posted in public domain. Like today, I'm going to discuss about why did Anne refuse the money, the question everyone is asking. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who have not subscribed to this amazing YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, and share this video to other individuals. Remember to turn on the notification bell so that any day, anytime I post any video, you people get updated. Watch my videos from the beginning up to the end without skipping those ads that you see there. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to discuss one of the most interesting moments that came out of this entire controversy. Not the arrest, not the interviews, not the argument. I want to talk about a decision, a simple decision that has left many viewers confused. The decision to refuse money. Now let me be honest. In a world where many people are struggling financially, it is not every day that you see somebody refuse financial assistance. Even me, Maxwell Lumumba, I cannot refuse financial assistance. That is why even some of us, we go ahead and start begging so that we can get that financial assistance. So that is why this moment caught people's attention. According to viewers who watched this video, other members of the family appeared willingly to accept gifts and support from Cocomama, but yet Anne reportedly chose a different path, and immediately people begin asking questions. Why? What was she thinking? What message was she trying to send to Cocomama? Was it pride? Was it principle? Was it independence? Or was it discomfort? Was it strategy nobody outside and herself can know for certain? So, and that is why, or where I think many commentators make a mistake. People often rush to explain somebody else's motive, but human beings are complicated. Sometimes, even the person making a decision struggles to explain it fully, because we have seen and speaking on camera the way they are struggling. Now, somebody has gifted them money, the rest of the family members. We could see Barak receiving the money, Agi receiving the money, Baba Ann receiving the money. Then we could even see Mama Ann receiving the money. So, what interests me is not claiming to know why she refused, but what interests me is exploring the possibilities, because every possibility tells us something interesting about human psychology. Perhaps she wanted to avoid appearing indebted, and that is basically what to me I saw Anne doing. So perhaps she wanted to remain neutral. And this is what a lot of people are saying, that maybe that is what she tried to do. Perhaps she felt uncomfortable accepting support in the middle of controversy. And let me say this, maybe she didn't accept that support because it was on camera. And I'm very sure if this support could come off camera, Anne could accept that money. Take it to the bank, take it elsewhere. Anne could accept that. But here's the thing. Many subscribers want to do this thing in the video so that to approve. Let's say, for example, Maxwell Lumumba has been sent money so as to give person A, person B, person C. If I do it on camera, I'm very sure that the subscriber will be watching, and you don't know, maybe some subscribers' motive is somehow different. So perhaps Anne herself believed that accepting that money will create more problems than solution. Or perhaps she simply made personal decision that felt right to her at the time. And I usually ask myself that, how are you sure any money that you receive from subscribers, you know the background of these subscribers or where this money is coming from? So all of those explanations are possible, and that is why I think we should be very carefully before jumping to conclusion. Now, let us talk about something deeper, the symbolism of refusing help. Sometimes people refuse help not because they dislike the person offering it, and that the reality, because maybe I've seen some individuals saying that maybe she refused that offer because of the person who is trying to give out. Yeah, because look at these, a lot of things, a lot of controversy has been made when Cocomama was in the village. Remember, Anne herself was arrested by the same tyrant, yeah, who has been going around victimizing the villagers, intimidating the villagers, claiming to be God sent, claiming to transform the community, and yet those all actually, I can say there's something like fault. Yeah, you know, sometimes we are being told that angel or maybe the creator will come as a thief, but what we are seeing in the same village is extraordinary. Even A thief himself cannot do that. Look at what has been happening recently in the same villages. Yeah, two people were unalived, but we still have somebody who was unalived, and people know who did this, but the culprit is still walking in a day broad light. Yeah, so that is how people hide behind the curtains. So let me say this. A lot of things have been said, and today I'm going to speak about the symbolism of refusing help, of which we have seen it from Anne herself. So sometimes people refuse help does not, or because they dislike that person offering it. And that is what a lot of people have been saying. So sometimes they refuse help because they want control over their own stories. A lot of things has happened. A lot of people know what has happened. So they want to feel very independent. When Anne herself was speaking about dismantling this house, automatically that tells her that Anne wanted some maybe help from the subscribers so that they can build another house. Then is when they can dismantle the previous house, because it is being alleged that Anne was arrested because they hosted person who is being termed as hater from the family that arrested her, and that is what is being termed. Yeah, so to get this thing, or this thing that keeps them emotional, is all about dismantling the house, or taking down or demolishing that house so as they can live in peace. Now, the same individual, I remember when she was having an interview, she said this: I'm going to apologize to Anne because this is the first time, because of me, as Cocomama, Anne was arrested. So to get this whole thing, let me just apologize to her. Then everything should end back to normal. And ladies and gentlemen, so then sometimes we want to feel that some choices are actually they're made by ourselves, and whether we agree with that decision or not, it is a very human reaction. Another thing that fascinates me in public is what happened in public response. So many viewers immediately started creating explanations. Some said she was being loyal to that family, and that is what a lot of people say. We have been knowing Anne being loyal to the same family. When she was released from the police custody, she came on camera, and still she altered some words that proves she's still loyal to that family, because she said this: I didn't expect this individual could do this to me. And she went ahead and said something that the same individual who helped them is the same individual who rejected her in the police custody, saying that I don't know this individual. Then you come here, you want to pretend to be loyal. You are even going against your family's wish. So some said she was being cautious so as people not perceive that this is what has happened. Let me say this. Let me say this, and this is the reality of the matter. If 100% of the family members could take that money, there couldn't be any reaction. We could see on the camera like this family, Mama Anne's family, received money from Cocomama, and that is the end of the story. Reactors could react with it one day. Now, she's going against the whole family. And there is one thing that Swahili people said: embe moja likioza zote zimeoza. If one thing gets spoiled amongst others, everything is spoiled. And let me say this. Some have said that she was being emotional, but that she still has that mentality that if I receive this money from this individual, I can still be arrested. So some say that she was making a mistake, and which to me, I tend to agree, because if everybody in that family could take that money, nothing could be talked. So what this tells me is that people are not really debating money, they are debating the meaning. So because money itself is just money, what people are really discussing is what accepting or refusing the money represents. And that is why the moment became bigger than a simple financial gift. Now, let us discuss expectation. One challenge with public controversy is that audiences often expect to behave in a way that makes sense to them, but human beings rarely behave according to audience acceptance. So people behave according to their emotions, their experiences, their fears, their hopes, their beliefs, and sometimes those reasons remain so private. Up to now, we really don't know why Aunt's Johnny refused that money. That is why I think it is important to analyze actions without pretending we know every detail behind them. Ladies and gentlemen, because there is always more happening beneath the surface than what we can see. Maybe and she's really passing through a lot. Maybe something that she did in the past might be haunting her at this point. And this reminds me, and actually I'll be bringing this story about Cleo Bonnie. As I watched the public reaction, one thing became very clear. This was not really a conversation about money. It was a conversation about trust. Trust between people, trust between communities, trust between supporters and creators, trust between individuals who have experienced conflict. And let me say this, sometimes subscribers can be behind this. Maybe somebody who pays us fees comes from this other camp, and maybe the subscribers told her that if you go contrary to this family, me and paying your fees is like coming to an end. So, and trust is one of the hardest thing to rebuild once it has been damaged. So that is why every action begins meaningful. Every decision becomes symbolic. Every gesture becomes open to interpretation. And now here is the lesson I take from all of these. People often assume that money solves problems, but money does not solve every problem. Sometimes the issue is not financial. Sometimes the issue is emotional. Sometimes the issue is psychology. Sometimes the issue is relational. So, and when the problem is emotional, financial support alone may not address what the person is really struggling with, and which to me I can even speculate or I can even suspect about. So that is something worth thinking about, because perhaps the bigger question is not why did Anne refuse the money. Perhaps the bigger question is what was Anne trying to communicate through that decision. Some people already have said that Anne is trying to reject Cocomama. Some people have spoke a lot of things, and Until Anne herself explains her reason fully, viewers will continue debating and interpreting the moment in a different way. That is the nature of public stories. People see the same action, but they do not always see the same meaning, and that is why this discussion has become so fascinating. And let me say this reminds me about Cleo Bonny. Cleo Bonny was one of the biggest or strongest hater to this family. Cleo Bonny reacted to this family. Cleo Bonny even brought lies about the same family. At the end of the day, Cleo Bonny was invited to their house or to that villa because of money. Why not Anne? Let me know your thoughts. Respectful in the comment section below, and let us continue supporting this YouTube channel. I also have another YouTube channel that goes by the name Vibe with Lumumba. Let us go support that YouTube channel. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. This is the end of this conversation. Good night. Let us meet in the next episode. Good night.